There are many great ways to start off this map, but this one is definitely my favorite. As long as there's no one standing on the opposite balcony, they will never expect anyone to flank from this spot. I don't recommend shooting the sonic arrow here, since it might alert the enemies of your position. You should instead apply the sonic into the head of the first enemy you shoot, since it will look cooler in the kill feed. Another great thing about this spot is that if you time it right, the enemies are probably slowly walking backwards since they are getting pushed back by your team. This makes it much easier to get a pick. You need to back up before the enemy team starts chasing you since there's no cover on the staircase. If the enemy team does decide to chase you into the stairwell, they will get sandwiched between you and your team, but if they don't chase, then feel free to run back down and keep shooting. Unfortunately, I had to back up to take care of the flanking Doomfist. Here I'm just playing it extremely safe, to make sure that I don't get picked off just as my teammates come back. Since I was doing pretty much nothing here except tracking the Hanzo anyways, I definitely should have warned our Widow that the Hanzo is coming for her. There's no reason for me to stay on the low ground here, especially since it's very likely that the Reinhardt already has his shatter. And being on the high ground also makes it harder for Doomfist to do his combo on you. Here I'm just trying to find something to complain about, and I'm also silently judging our Widow that is missing every single shot. I should instead be thinking about what my next move is going to be, preferably out loud instead of just quietly sitting there like a professional streamer. I see that our Reinhardt is going for a shatter, so I get ready to line up my dragon. Our Zarya only had 50% of her ultimate, so there's no reason for me to be saving my dragon for the combo. This play also made the enemy Zenyatta use his Transcendence, giving us a free team kill for the grab combo next teamfight. The Doomfist already used his uppercut, so I escaped to the safety of the high ground. Here I'm just trying to be as cool as the enemy team's Hanzo when he went for the huge dive on our Widow. Both of our healers are dead and I'm at low HP, so I use the payload as cover and to slowly heal myself back up while simultaneously picking off the remaining enemies. Never underestimate the power of shooting into choke points and small doorways. If you're not doing anything, you might as well be shooting into a doorway where the enemy will be coming out from. Since if you manage to get one lucky pick, and especially if they don't have res, you pretty much win the team fight before it even starts. Plus it really hurts the enemy team's team morale. Our Zarya doesn't really want to communicate, so he just ends up using his ultimate before I get my dragon. Okay kids, don't try this at home. I decided to use my ultimate anyways, even though we're already at a disadvantage, to hopefully clutch the team fight. Our Widow ends up picking off the Zenyatta, leaving the enemy team without any long range damage, making it impossible for us to get picked off.
It's the hardest match of my whole life.
Yes, because shooting at a Reinhardt shield is so difficult. But in my defense, it does seem like I'm not even capable of doing that. I probably didn't want to push forward because of the Doomfist, but then I end up pushing forward anyways and get picked off. I feel insecure about how badly I played there, so I start blaming the Brigitte.
Why did we get the Brigitte if the Doomfist still kills every time he dives someone?
It would have taken roughly 10 seconds to destroy the Reinhardt shield with the help of Zarya, but instead I just didn't do anything at all because I was scared of the Doomfist. We do have way less heals since we have a Brigitte instead of a Zenyatta, but still I'm playing way too passively. There's no reason to stay so far back. We have a Brigitte ultimate that I could have stayed in, plus the Mercy Beam would heal and damage boost me if I got close enough, and obviously it would be easier to hit shots if I would be closer. One huge problem here as well is that I'm playing way too slowly. I should have taken the high ground much faster to guarantee getting easy picks and staggering the enemy team even more. I'm also missing some easy shots, partly because my game is bugged out, as you can see from my FPS counter. I'm normally supposed to be getting about 230 to 250 FPS. I could have easily fixed this by toggling reduced buffering off and on. I'm playing incredibly passively once again, and I wanna say that it's because, well, they have nothing that can really kill us, so as long as we play it safe, we're gonna win the team fight, but it's probably just because I'm very tired. I've been playing for like 5 hours, it's been 6 hours since I last ate. So basically I am devolving from the playmaker into this backline spam so that makes sure that my teammates don't get killed, or if they do, then it's at least a trade. But luckily we have a good Widow to take my spot in this match anyway, so it's all good. Normally I would push forward here, but since they have a Doomfist that's only focusing me, it's way better for me to stay on the high ground to minimize the amount of burst damage the Doomfist can do on me with the slam. I'm playing it really safe and passively once again, but it pays off. I get a pick, and the Reinhardt keeps pushing anyways, proceeding to suicide into our team. Meanwhile, my team is coming back from the spawn, and now we're just getting ready to finish off the remaining enemies. I'm not pushing forward since they have the Widow, plus our Reinhardt is still coming back from spawn, so I don't really have any safe cover to contest the Widow. This here is probably what separates me from the top 1 Hanzo in overbuff. I could have just pushed forward faster to make sure that I hit more shots, steal some kills, deal some extra damage, farm that objective time, get that juicy overbuff rating. And oh my god, what is our Mercy doing? Wait, I feel like I need to do some extra complaining. Let's go backwards. As soon as the Mercy decides that we have won the team fight, she switches to her pistol for loose, effectively stealing ultimate charge from our team. She could be damage boosting me to increase our chance of actually picking off the Doomfist, but instead all she does is stand in front of me, making it harder for me to see. This is the difference between a good and a bad Mercy. This is a top 500 level competitive match, and the fact that someone gives no fucks about playing optimally, putting more load onto my back, is frankly insulting. But then again, who am I to talk? I'm clearly way too tired to be playing at my best here. But I continue playing and streaming anyways, just because I wanna stream and hang out with you guys. My positioning here is horrible. I should be on the high ground. I should have reacted on the Doomfist faster. I should have been aware of the flanking Hanzo. Basically my game sense is garbage here. Once again, I'm just complaining about how Brigitte is not dealing with the Doomfist. But the fact is, if I was awake, I would have been able to deal with the Doomfist and the Hanzo easily anyways. I should be focusing on my own gameplay. It's the last team fight, and I'm complaining about how we have a one-trick Brigitte in our team, who is not even in voice and doesn't know how to deal with a Doomfist. There are much better ways to use my brain power, like for example, trying to figure out how to position myself. Once again, I'm playing too slowly. I should have been on the high ground already. And here we pick off the Doomfist. I see the Mercy going for the rest, so I ult the dead body to hopefully catch the Mercy. But she dodges it. But I manage to pick her off anyways, but our team dies meanwhile. And there's pretty much nothing we can do at this point, but once again, standing back here definitely wasn't the right play. Here the toxic Hanzo main strikes. Round is over, I should be thinking about what I could have done better, but you know, let's look at my teammates' stats. I'm having too much fun wall climbing, so I start setting up for the round too late. I shoot the sonic arrow too early, plus I haven't cleared the left side railings. I begin by spamming the Reinhardt shield so that we can win the shield battle. I hear the Doomfist, so I start getting paranoid. I know that he likes to focus me, so I back up to feel safer. I could have just stayed on the high ground and I would have still been relatively safe, especially since the Hanzo was flanking. I finally figure out where the Doomfist is and I start getting ready for the dive. I should have lunged forward instead of backwards to completely dodge the shockwave. I must say, I'm playing way too passively in this match, overreacting to the fact that we have less heals with the Brigitte. duoing with a pocket mercy definitely made me way too soft. For some reason I thought this was an amazing match with me doing amazing plays, when in fact I was just playing passively the whole match and being a cock. But at least analyzing this match has been really good for my self-improvement, and I did manage to throw out some tips, especially in the beginning. Here I'm doing the basic shield spamming plus trying to get some lucky picks at the same time. I back up to the high ground to set up for my ultimate, and at the same time try to dish out as much damage to start building my new ult. Especially this part of the map is really narrow, and shooting my ult from the high ground lets me have the dragon spawn right on the enemies, making it pretty much impossible to dodge it. Also, the enemy team has to walk through a long, wide open area to get close. This gives me a high chance of getting picks and lets me farm my ultimate really fast. Or at the very least, lets me ruin their Reinhardt shield before our Reinhardt has to even lift up his own shield. As you can see, the enemy team is still regrouping, but I almost have my ultimate back. I set up for the ultimate once again. We pick off the Doomfist before the team fight even starts, but the enemy team decides to run in anyways, even opening up with an ultimate. Probably because they're just tired of waiting for people to regroup so that they could push in. Basically turning this into a top 500 quick play match. Since they didn't wait for the Doomfist before going in, they had no one to contest our Widow, giving her free reign to just pick off the whole enemy team one by one. We win the team fight and still have the grab combo for the next one, so it's looking pretty great right now. The enemy team keeps getting picked off one by one. The Doomfist should have heard the sonic arrow sound, but you know, he didn't. So there we go. It's time to back up to get ready for the grab combo once again. Spamming the Reinhardt shield to make sure that we win the shield battle if it comes to that. Backing up really far once again to make sure that I don't get picked off by the Doomfist. When the Doomfist is ulting, save your lunge for in case he targets you. Otherwise get ready to pre-fire him. Don't shoot too soon though, because he's invulnerable for a short time after landing. Pro tip for farming ultimate charge: the Reinhardt will pretty much always drop his shield when he's in Zenyatta Transcendence, letting you DPS him for free. Like you can see here, I got 50% of my ult back just from spamming the Reinhardt. And the enemy team is still regrouping, but I already have 90% of my ultimate. And yeah, at this point we pretty much just won. The enemy team has completely given up. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I learned a lot about myself, not just about my gameplay or how I act when tired, but also about analyzing gameplay. And in the near future I'm also going to start analyzing other people's gameplay. For a fee, of course, you know, gotta pay the rent somehow. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, check out the previous analysis video if you haven't already. I also stream up to 10 hours every single day, so I hope I see you there. I'm happy to hang out with you guys and answer all of your questions. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.